If you are anything like me, just wondering, why are we rolling late and where the hell is everybody? You got a home here. Welcome to the Go Show, celebrating all things outdoors in this beautiful outdoor playground of a state, nation, and world that we live in. We're doing that. I just had to remind him. It's okay. We have Chase on every week to talk about our upcoming hunt that we have, and to kind of peel back the curtain, so to speak, and show you I would say, an inside baseball look at in baseball. Don't get after, don't Rhonda. I don't want to hear it. I know the Dodgers lost last night. I get it. It's okay. It's a 5-game series. We just got to win the next 2, and that's okay. We just got to win the next 2. That's good. But anyway, inside baseball look at the world of guiding in the outdoors. And we'll also get Scooter Griffith on as soon as we can, as he is kind of the angling side of my trusted tribe of guides. And it is a tough question in the outdoors. And one of the toughest questions in the outdoors is, oh my goodness sakes. Okay, so listen. So Travis, what's up, Lynn? So Travis, I'm sorry, Chase just said this. He said, "Oh man, sorry. Yeah, I'll join the show because I said, are you coming on the show today?" He said, "I've been dealing with FEMA negotiations. My security company has been asked to assist. So definitely want to get in on this. Ooh, let's hear a little bit about this. Fantastic. So we'll get hopefully get a little insight on that as well. And I wanted to let you basically one of the biggest questions that we've had for so long is it cheating? Is it cheating in the hunting world to have a guide? Is it cheating in the angling world to have a guide? I say no in every way, shape, fashion, form. I say no. But then again, I use guides, so I'm never going to admit to my cheating. No. It's like when I got my Green Mountain Grill. My Green Mountain Grill, I had been I would say, hanging out in a group of men, couple groups of men, that grilling is life. Grilling is important. Grilling is something that we do, and we do it well. And I mean, there was one group I was hanging out that you had to be knighted just to touch the tongs. You had to be knighted with the tongs to even touch a grill. And I did that by pulling off 35 pieces of plank salmon, shrimp, and ribeyes all came off 3 different grills together at the same time. Earned my stripes. But when I got my Green Mountain Grill, I had to ask each of those groups, hey, I'm getting a pellet smoker. Is this cheating? You know what each of them said? Yep, sure is, but we're getting one too. Yeah, because pellet grills are the greatest things ever to happen to barbecue. Bar none. The greatest thing to ever happen to barbecue. And I'm going to be doing some I've been doing some texting here with my man Chase. Hold on a second here. Sent email link last night. Cool. There we go. Should still work. See, this is what happens when you do live streaming, and your guest is oh yeah, I forgot about that. Or dealing with FEMA. So yeah, should still work. There we go. All right, good. And we'll figure it out. So when he jumps in, we're going to talk to. I wonder what a guide actually thinks. Is it cheating? Now Chase is a different type of dude. So he guides wounded veterans. So of course that's not cheating by any stretch of the imagination. That's doing the most for those that did the most for us as a nation. So definitely he's not going to see that as cheating. But maybe taking yours truly up to 7 West in November and in getting an elk. Maybe that's cheating. Whatever. This is what I see it as. So before he joins us, this is what I see it as. And if he doesn't join us, it's fine. We can have him on Friday or Thursday, and that'd be great, and everything would be great. But or even next week. I always see it as an education, whether it is a fishing guide charter here in one of the chain lakes or out here in Lake Pleasant. I always see it as an education. I always see it as you're taking the graduate course now. Now you are going to learn from the pros. You're not just there to get on fish. You're not just there to have a good day out on the water fishing. You're learning. So you can then do this yourself. And when it comes to hunting, having hunting guides, it's no different to me. It's the same as going to Blue Rooster Hunting Ranch. It's you're shopping with firearms. If you hunt big game in the Midwest, you just look and go, yeah, not that one. We'll wait a little bit while you're sipping coffee. Yeah, this one. No, I saw that one yesterday. Nah, pass on it again. That's hunting in the Midwest. It's not hunting. Sitting in a blind, eating snacks, drinking coffee, in some cases having a smoke, and shooting whatever is 200 yards away from your head. And I'm like, holy hell, what do you mean we're getting out of the truck? What are we doing? Walking where? Up to the top of that what? We're going to the top of a mountain? No, we're not going to the top of a mountain. There's no way. Are you serious? To do what? Okay. And then what happens when we see one? Well, then you got to get in within range, right? So now I see hiring a guide means, okay, you're going to learn how to do what the pros do and where they do it. Now, in Arizona, I got to say this, in Arizona, and again, if Chase doesn't show up, it's fine. It's no big deal. We can get him rescheduled and it's okay. But when you learn in Arizona, big game hunting is different because there's units and there is a time frame. So your hunt, my hunt, let's use it as an example. My hunt starts Thanksgiving weekend. I'd be very thankful. It starts Thanksgiving weekend and it lasts 1 week. Okay. Now, prior to that, like right now, there's a 7 West unit hunt going on right now. There are people up there hunting elk that are supposed to be mine right now. And then the next week and the next week and the next week and the next week, then it's my turn. Okay. If I get drawn in the same hunt 5 years from now, it most likely will not be the same week. Maybe it's a week in October, right? Maybe it is the first week of November. So now not only am I excited because, okay, now I know how to hunt 7 West. Oh, crap, this is a whole different week in their cycle of doing their different thing. Hiring a guide multiple times is probably the best bet if you're big game hunting in Arizona, not just one time. I'm not going to go out Chase and be like, now I know how to hunt elk. I'm the pro. And I've had scouting packages together with different companies that have helped me at least know where the vicinity that the herd is or a herd is. And that was challenging and unsuccessful. So now I have this bull tag, which seems like it's going to be a decent hunt, or I have a solid, I have some pretty solid odds of success. And it might be the last time in a decade that I have an opportunity to hunt a bull elk because we are on a lottery system. It's funny. I'm working with a social media coach on a couple of things on primarily YouTube, and he's in the UK. So we're talking about hunting. We're talking about the hunt that I went on. We're talking about being at Arizona. We're talking about the hunt I have coming up, and it's just all foreign to him. Literally, it is all foreign to him. It's just the thought of going out and hunting for your food is something that they didn't really grow up in the UK as is even an idea. That's again one of the reasons why I absolutely adore and love this great nation of ours, because hey, this is a land where you can do that. You can go to the grocery store and get your animal proteins if you want. You get your chicken, your pork, and your steak. You got it. Your beef. You've got it. Or you can go out into der woods, as intern Nuge used to say, der woods, and you would and you get to hunt your own and bring home your own animal proteins, harvest your own meats. Fantastic. What a great opportunity. What a great world that we live in, a great nation that we live in, that we were brought up that way. I mean, not everyone's brought up that way, but at least we knew of the concept of hunting. We knew our friends hunted, the dads, uncles, whatever it was. We weren't foreign to it. Yeah. Oh, what's up, Dan? Need a blind guy to help with your hunt? Jeez, here he goes. See, Dan is the blind guy. Yes, he's the blind hunter. I call him the blind hunter. No, he's not the blind hunter. No excuse hunting, but yes. And Dan, I know you did text me about the doggy. I will respond on that. Yes, we did do a DNA test on to find out what the hell he was. He's just 100% good dog. I'm telling you, that's a damn good dog. And no, it wasn't. And the reason why I didn't get another German short hair is because that dog adopting day was not my decision. It was not my day. 100% Queen Bee. And Queen Bee knew that this little sickly pup was the one that was going to come home from the pound with us. And there you go. Yeah, that's how that worked out. It's definitely how that worked out. But definitely, and you need to send me the info on the December hunt, sir. I need it. Thank you. Text message is always best. You probably did, and I didn't know. Whatever. Anyway, all right. Let's see. Brennan had a coworker in Canada who was blown away. The plan one day after work was to go shop for a new backpacking rifle. Yeah, they just don't get it. They just really don't understand. Whether it's any of our neighbors, whether it's Canada with Mexico, across in the UK, Australia, New Zealand, they have no idea how cool it is that we can just go shopping one day for a backpacking rifle, right? My debate this morning with myself was which firearms I'm going to bring camping this weekend. I'm leaving tomorrow. Like, what am I bringing? Do I want to have, because I'm going to try this paddleboarding thing, do I take a firearm out there with me? I don't like not being without a firearm. What if I'm out there in paddleboard and everybody's starting to jack with my stuff out on the beach? What do? Do I even want to get into that mess? But I'm definitely not camping without a firearm. There's no way in hell I'm doing that. So, yeah, do I bring a? Do I bring several? Do I just have the one in the truck? Whatever I do, I got to figure that out. But that is a wonderful, 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 wonderful part of our great nation, is that I know, even in camping, that my tribe, being Queen Bee in Aussie, are safe. We're safe. We're good. At least as safe as we can be. I think it's a cool thing. Ended up going with a Marlin 60 two-loader 22 that day. Nothing wrong with that. Listen, I got to tell you, don't sleep on 22s. Now, I'm sure if Chase joins us, he's going to say otherwise. But I have no problem with people defending themselves with 22. As a matter of fact, when I was attacked in Flagstaff, had I not been hit with a river rock to the side of the head from behind, I probably would have drawn. And if I would have drawn, that would have been a whole different outcome for all of this. I might not have had 2 brain surgeries, but someone else might not have had a life. Because 22s are no joke. Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker. I know it sounds morbid, y'all, but he used a 22 firearm. This is a 22 handgun. All of his victims, 22 handgun. So they are lethal. And my positive thing that I can say about having a 22 for a self-defense firearm or an EDC for everybody, that means everyday carry, has an easy EDC, is that if you do draw and you do, act like a human being and have a ton of adrenaline running through you and not really thinking clearly. I've done this on a hunt, by the way. And you do miss and you do hit something you did not intend to hit, 22 probably won't do that much damage. Yeah. I want to talk. Hey, Dan. Yeah. Dan Lynn, guys, connect on DMs or whatever you guys got to do. You guys definitely need to connect for sure. But my peeps, I just love you guys. You guys are fantastic. But don't sleep on a 22. I would have 22 for EDC all day long. And okay, so here's the storyline. I was at Blue Rooster and I saw a Russian boar that I wanted. He's now mounted. His name is Boris. I know it took me minutes to come up with that, but his name's Boris. He's a Russian boar. Boris, get it? Nope. Okay. So I had my my AR, which is I just love hunting with that firearm. It is so accurate, and I don't miss except for here. Because I went down to the river. And I went, washed in the blood. Woo! No, I went down to the river and I had to come around a bend. I knew where he was. Tom stayed up top. And then I came down and I knew he was right over this ridge. So when I got over this little tiny ridge, that dude just looked up and stared at me. And I'm like, I did not expect this. I thought I was being stealthy as all kind of hell. And I fired. And I missed. And the first thought, I said, how the hell did I miss that? I never missed with this firearm. You know what I wasn't doing? Looking through the sight at the red dot. I was just like, oh, crap, bam. Yeah. So I've done it before. So when people say like, oh, well, you shouldn't, if you practice enough, you shouldn't miss. Yeah. I've never missed with that thing until then. And I haven't missed since. Ding. Mm-hmm. Yeah. The AR7 breakdown 27 is awesome. So I don't have the Henry. I have an M&P. I have a Smith & Wesson M&P 22. AR is absolutely insane. Put a little can on that thing, click. Subsonic rounds, click, click. You want to talk about the ultimate rabbit hunting gun? Click, click. Oh, did you miss? It's okay. Click. What's up, Guillermo? How you doing, man? Is your AR chambered in 3? No, it's 5.56. So yeah, yeah. I want the 9mm platform because I just have over the years and every time with ammo scarce. I always told myself, like, okay, if I'm at Walmart, if I'm at Sportsman's, if I'm at Bass Pro, wherever it is, I'm just gonna grab a box of 9. Like the cheapy, it's cheaper to shoot. Got it. All right on. But again, so kind of go along with the story. I made sure that every time I went to a place that had ammunition, I grabbed something. I look for the range ammo, the sales stuff, the really cheap stuff, just to make sure that I was not left empty-handed, like I had been a few times when everybody in society freaks out and then we don't have any ammunition available, or with COVID where all the manufacturers shut down and all that too. So I wanted to make sure that I did. So I have 9 coming out my ears. I have 5.56 coming out my ears. Hell, I have green tip 5.56 coming out my ears. It was because that was all I could get at that time. So for those that don't understand what green tip is, this is the best thing I've ever heard about green tip. Green tip is for when the bad guy is hiding behind the refrigerator of your neighbor's house. Yeah. They'll tell you, don't use these on targets. It will destroy your target. Yeah. Etc. Oh, Stowe's in the stock. Oh, that is fantastic, Brendan. That's okay, and that's just sexy. That's what I love. And again, it's going back to the. I'm going to go on a hunt, and I want my son to have my 30-06 that I grew up with. I want him to have that, and I want one gun. I'm tired. No lie. I want one hunting firearm. That's it. To hunt all big game in the Estados Unidos. I want one. And that's a 300 Win Mag. 300 Win Mag is the most versatile firearm for every big piece of big game in North America. And I'm going to thread it. It's going to be canned, and it's going to be fantastic. But I don't have to. I can use my 30-aught on most anything. Yeah, I want a 300 Win Mag. You know why? Because America. That's why. Yeah. I want a 9mm platform, chambered AR. I want my 5.56. Queen Bee's got 2.23. Intern Beans has a 22. Now Nuge has a 30-aught. So we're getting there. We're rounding out the tribe when it comes to firearms. Yeah, because your shoulder's still intact. That's a good point. Guillermo, I shot a Ruger 1. My first bison hunt. Dear God. And in case you don't know, I've had 2 brain surgeries. This side, the right side of my head. I put one in that bison, and all I could do was just, as hunters, we always say, ethically wanted to go down. We don't want any animals. So I was like, dude, I do not want to chamber another one here because my bell is rung. Like my bell is rung. And so I think, please go down. And if you don't understand bison, this is a wild fun fact about bison. And when bison is injured or wounded or being taken down, the rest of the herd rallies around that bison, like elephant do when they go butt to butt and make the circle. They're like, you ain't getting our dude. They do the same thing, and they keep it up. They'll keep it up like it's trying to fall down. They're like, nope, dude, you're good. So I had to scare everybody away in the herd. Well, Tom helped me scare everybody away in the herd, and then take another shot with that Ruger 1. Okay, I can still feel it, man. Meant to do it last week, but definitely try to find one of my Coyote Ring doorbell video. Oh, dude, seriously, definitely do that. Mm-hmm. Take a look at 300 wing. Can still feel it. Oh, 6.4 Creedmoor? 6.5 Creedmoor? Yeah. Yeah, it's funny, Guillermo. I was looking at 6.5 Creedmoor as well, but so it's definitely going to lower the boom a little bit. But 6'5" Creedmoor is just, I don't know. Because everyone talks about 6'5" Creedmoor. 6'5" Creedmoor has been such a versatile, fantastic round, but it became so popular at one point. Yeah. Okay. There you go. Guillermo knew exactly where I was going with that. Yes. I said 6'5" Creedmoor has basically become the CrossFit of the firearm industry. Like everyone's talking about it. It's all everyone's talking about. Everyone's talking about it. Everyone's talking about it. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just kind of digging the whole classic, just the wood 300 Win Mag kind of old school kind of deal. But 6'5" Creedmoor just seems like such a newer and trendy thing. But damn, all I've heard is good things. So yeah, that is funny. Man, but man, I tell you what, you could do this 6'5" Creedmoor solid round. And but the 300 Win Mag is something I've been wanting a bunch. I ask every guide and every host or author that I interview, I ask them the same question: what's the one firearm for big game North America? Not every one of them, the vast majority 300 Win Mag. So that's rounding X-Bolts at Sportsman's Warehouse. So I'm going to see if we can make it happen and make it happen soon. Very, very excited about that. If you guys got any good suggestions for optics, I got a good deal on Vortex, good line on Vortex. I know Swarovski obviously is the big and the bad one, Loophole obviously. But if you guys have a really good Arizona, now I know we're taking a little bit longer shots in Arizona. If you guys have an Arizona scope you could recommend for me, I would greatly appreciate it if you've been up and down. Okay, now Chase did say he has to reschedule. No big deal, bro. All good in the hood. So we'll have a redo with Chase. As you mentioned earlier, he's working with FEMA. His security company has been asked to assist with some things. So we just hopefully he's going to stay in town. Mm-hmm. I am not. No, sir. I am not going to take a 1,000-yard shot. Yeah. Okay, no way. No. I'm not even taking a. Look, I won't shoot anything over 250 yards. If you have the opportunity, great. Oh, Mike, last light, 300 yards. Okay, maybe, we get situational. But my goal is to stay within 200 yards. That's my goal. When it comes to archery, stay under 50 yards. That's my goal. So, yeah, no fun. He's going to lob one over there and see what happens. Holy cow. If you guys can look at, just kind of thumb through the videos, if you guys get a couple months ago, you'll see what a hunt that I covered. This was Jimmy John's hunt. And in archery area. But this is a Jimmy John hunt. If you haven't seen that, go watch it. Go watch the video. This actually ruffled a lot of feathers in the Arizona hunting world because Jimmy John, bought I think for like 500 grand, bought a commissioner's tag for an elk. And they brought his booty right to the place. They'd already scouted it. They said you get to pick between one of those two. And he took I think it's like a 600-yard shot, 700-yard shot. Dropped it. It was a fantastic shot. It was an amazing shot. As a matter of fact, he put the second one in. He didn't even have to take that one. That ball was down. And so come to find out, after everybody's done, pissing and moaning about it, like that rifle was set up for that distance. It was literally dialed in by the manufacturer, custom for Jimmy John. And he is Maven scope, huh? Okay, buddy. I'll check it out. Yeah. Oh, you watched it a few years ago. Guess what, Guillermo? When they got so fired up about that and they got rid of auction tags here in Arizona, guess who bought the last auction tag? Jimmy John. Yeah. God bless him. God bless you. If you have 500, 700 grand to throw down on one tag that goes directly to on-the-ground conservation of that species, yes. I work very closely with Commissioner Guggenauer and Commissioner Petrie Sue. And they know my feelings. I'm not hiding. I do not hide my feelings about that. We make jokes about it at meetings. And I make jokes about getting rid of the auction tags. I think it was for a Hall of Fame banquet. We're talking about some auction items that we want. And I said, how about a tag? They just stared at me like, why is he the vice president of this organization? How did he get in here? Now they go by the White Mountain in San Carlos. Exactly. So Game and Fish get squat. The critter groups get squat. It now goes to the res, or it goes to other states. It just goes to other states. It's absolutely crazy. I'm excited to look at this Dan from. If Dan says that's the scope, that's a blind man telling me that. I'm going to listen because he's taken more big game than any of us combined. Yes. Okay, Maven Scope, my man. You're gonna have to tell me what that's all about because I've never heard of it. Again, the bigs like Vortex and Loophole and Chorsky and stuff like that. I've heard of all of them. Yeah. Oh, my audio's breaking up right now. That's absolutely tragic. Come on, let's see if I can move some things here and move that knob that way, and then move this up and down, and then this and that and this. Okay. Hopefully that just. But I appreciate that, Guillermo. That my audio's breaking up. This is terrible. Now, giant hit, huge hit to conservation in our in our state, and we're gonna see how it goes. Tags are given out for 2 years, so when critter groups apply for them, they can't auction them off now for 2 years. So we're gonna see if it makes the same amount of money doing raffles and whatever things. Yeah, yeah. That was my connection. Okay, yeah. Sorry, Deanna. Man, okay. All right, you guys. I do not know. My interwebs is cooking. Let me do a quick little speed test on this here. Yeah? No, it might be a StreamYard deal. StreamYard is the service I use to broadcast to several platforms, but you just never know. Especially never know in these days. There's a lot going on. Still choppy. Yeah, sorry guys. Then I'll cut it down. We'll go ahead and leave it there. We don't want you guys having a poor listening experience and viewing experience. If anything should cut out on this, it should be the video. Yeah, to help you guys out. Yeah, know what I mean. But I appreciate you guys. Love you guys. We'll get Chase on here next week, and we'll figure all of this out, and we'll figure this choppiness out. Hopefully, it gets up and running by the next show. So thank you all for hanging out. We'll do this again. This is the Go Show, celebrating all things outdoors in this beautiful outdoor playground of a state, nation, and world that we live in. We'll see you tomorrow.